Be a lot quicker if we pop out of here first. Hold on, first.
I couldn't help overhearing what Elminster said to Gale. Not every day a god asks for a chat. Hey, maybe I'm invited too. I can be the muscle.
So, Mistress requested a chat with Gale. Unusually polite for a god. I do hope it goes well. We've pissed off enough gods already.
Yeah.
Goddess or no, it is a fearsome sting to be let down by a lover. And to hear of it from another of her bright birds. It must be difficult for Gale to imagine great Elminster courting. Writing poems, doing certain deeds. It is difficult for Minsk to think of too. Let us speak no more of it.
Oh, poor Minsk.
Of Elminster and the sex, I mean.
How was your reunion with Viconia? It just hit me. Why did it now just hit me? I just killed Viconia. One of the big names from the previous games. Oh no. Anyways, how was your reunion with Viconia?
Boo is overjoyed with our victory. Another den of evil vanquished, and an old foe defeated. Well, Viconia was a friend for a short time beforehand, but then a foe once more. Yes, Boo, a most wicked witch. The very mention of her name gives him nightmares to this day.
What did she do to him? You know, why is he so scared of Viconia?
Do not be afraid, Boo. She is not here. And you, bite your tongue until your eyes water and your hairs curl.
Sorry, but what is he so afraid of her?
Boo and Minsk have traveled far and wide, and met many fine and not so fine people. It will surprise you to learn that even the wisest of friends do not always recognize Boo for what he is.
Ah, the brains to your brawn?
Of course, but also a miniature giant space hamster. The Drow was a cruel witch, but a clever one. She knew what Boo was right away, and she had never seen his like before. She wished to inspect his handsome magnificence, and so she did. One night, while he lay asleep, twitching his whiskers in happy dreams, she crept upon his tiny bedroll holding a knife as slim as a toothpick. She meant to spill his miniature guts and study them.
I'm surprised you didn't kill her there then.
I did not get the chance. Boo never sleeps deeply while evil is near. He sprang into action and almost blinded the witch. She had fled from our camp by morning, when Boo told me the whole tale over a breakfast of berries and nuts.
Thank the gods you stopped her.
Ha! Minsk did not stop her. He did not need to. Boo never sleeps deeply while she had...
I have to see how this goes. I have to see the dialogue. Like, I'm not gonna do that fight. I just want to go in and look at the dialogue.
Very well.
Hey, soldier. Oh, come on. You don't...
How can I help? I question the wisdom. I'll be here in...
You come to speak of the last time Minsk stood watch? Minsk...
What is it, Cub?
As you wish.
I remember this place now. A whole stolen childhood spent in
So,
this old
pardon me,
forest
chat, while I
experience.
actually
Soon this will all be over.
do this.
Keep going. The Mother Superior's expecting you.
Why didn't I recognize the name before?
They already heard how you disgraced yourself before Lady Shah. I am very glad you decided to return.
Ah, you finally found yourself a following, Mother Superior. And you only had to hollow out their heads to do it.
Pin your eyes to the treacherous she-drow. Do not focus on the many, many others. Boo will handle them.
Always a pleasure to see old acquaintances. But you would be wise to not interfere in this matter. But perhaps I can make a case for some...
Enough.
This, the artifact, was your last chance to prove yourself. And you squandered it.
Okay. I probably should actually just look this up on YouTube, but I'm so curious. Did I save before or after I killed her? Hopefully before. Ah. Oh, well, reached 100%, so. Nope. Yeah, I killed her. I saved after. That's okay, though. I can always just look it up on YouTube. Oh, wow. Why didn't that... why didn't that didn't hit me until I talked to Minsk? I was like, wait, when did we... Wait. When did I... Wait, was that... Oh, yeah, it did not hit me then. Oh, well.
You will grow to like Jahira's incense in time. Like chewing herbs and soap, yes?
Ugh, that pointy-headed old fart talks too much. But he has also moved mountains, walked between plains, and dragged himself back from death a dozen times. If he still believes in Gale. The boy should not be overly concerned what his ladylove thinks. Goddess or no.
Poor Gale. But Mr. is wrong about him. Perhaps he can yet prove that.
Mistra wants to meet Gale. Impressive. The only thing a god's ever offered me is a cold shoulder.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Okay. We're not gonna rest. We don't need it.
So all it took to get Mistra's attention was to learn how to reforge an artifact that once destroyed her. It's obvious when you stop to think about it.
This meeting was a little interesting with Gale romance. I'm sure it would. I'm sure it was. I'm sure it would be. What do you think she wants to say?
Well, I doubt it's an apology for asking me to die on her behalf. Whatever it is. If it's important enough to send Elminster, you can be damn sure she's serious. This is a conversation that's long overdue on both sides. I owe it to her to hear her out. Come what may afterwards.
I agree. It's time we head for the Storm Shore Tabernacle.
After you.
After we do some testing, because I need to see.
Can't afford to stay idle.
What level is your greater restoration?
Ready and willing.
All animals must be surrendered. Failure to do so will...
My faith will guide me.
Which way to the nearest line?
Let's rest. Oh.
Well, well, well.
Can't give up now.
Ah, we're fine. Let's go. The testing I want to do.
Another broadsheet from the adventurers this. What you...
is actually 9. We're at 95 hours, Chad. We're almost there to 100.
There she stands, just as Elminster promised. Mystra, goddess of the weave, mother of all magic.
The old man wasn't lying. She's opened the summoning channel. Can't you feel it?
Gale's right. The very air around the statue crackles with magic. It sets your teeth on edge.
A stream of pure, undiluted weave. I only have to reach out, and it will carry me to Mystra, wherever she may be.
An audience with your goddess can go wrong. I should know. But do whatever you feel is best, Gale.
Time was, I'd have given my right arm for a chance to speak with Mystra again. The left one, too. Maybe a knee.
You ready for this, Gale?
Am I?
Oh, you're ready for
All
this,
right.
Gale.
I am a strong, capable wizard. And this is no more than a casual reunion with an ex-lover. My omnipotent, omniscient ex-lover.
Oh, those
Who
are
was
those
one more being
goals.
nervous
So
would
wrong
feel like.
sometimes. I do.
I hate it.
Of all the things to be nervous about, naughtiest but the goddess seems reasonable.
You're kind to say so, but this is hardly my first time in Mystra's presence. It's more the matter of what I'm going to say to her. During my time locked away in Waterdeep, I prepared a quite comprehensive speech for her on the subject of our former relationship and the manner in which it ended. Alas, recent events have rendered the majority of it moot, so I'm going to have to improvise. Unless you have any words of wisdom to impart before I go.
But you're not taking me with you?
The summoning channel Mystra has provided is one only I can enter. No matter how much I prefer not to face her alone.
Don't give anything away. Just find out what she has to say.
You'd make a fine three-dragon anti-player, you know? I think it's best I keep a cool head going into this. Approach it like a particularly high-risk round of three-dragon ante. I'll let Mystra show her flight, and then I can see how strong a chance we stand of winning the gambit. I'll only be gone for a matter of moments. The Outer Planes experience time quite differently to our own. Wait for me. Please.
We going in as Gale or? We are.
Gale of Waterdeep. You look well.
As do you. But I assume we're not here solely to exchange compliments. So why am I here?
You discovered what lies at the heart of the Absolute, the crown of Karsus. And you disobeyed my instruction. Why?
Because you had no right to ask that of me. You cast me out. Remember?
You were my lover, my chosen. Yet still you know so little of me. The past cannot be undone with self-pity, nor can a future be forged. Only with the truth will you see the way ahead. The fragment of magic you tried to return to me was not of my creation. It was the Karsite weave. It is a corrupted, half-born magic, wrought in the brief moment Karsus ascended to godhood.
It hungers for power, just as he did, and it can never be sated. You unleashed something that would consume all magic in existence, and yet you thought only of preserving yourself.
So that's what you're scared of. With the crown of Karsus reforged, I could take control of the Karsite Weave.
You can no more control the Karsite Weave than a weather vane could control a storm. That it entered your body and consumed no more than your powers was a miracle. But we will not be granted another. The only reason the orb sleeps is because I have allowed it to feed on the true weave. A temporary measure, but one that will not be enough to save us. With each day that passes, the Elder Brain threatens to become a new kind of god. Its worshippers, a scourge of soulless illithids. If you will not use the orb to end this abomination, then you must find a way to separate crown and host. When you've done this, you must surrender the crown of Karsus to me.
A great ask indeed. You've given me much to think on, as you always did.
So be it. Follow the needle of your own wisdom. We shall see how truly it leads you.
Back on mortal soil once more. I can't believe I saw it. After all this time.
Not surprised, our power felt overwhelming even from here.
And what you felt was but the slightest drop, drawn from the rushing torrent that is the weave. I confess, without my former prowess, even I struggle to stand her presence. The effects on the mortal body of such unfettered magical exposure cannot be overestimated. She held back in order to protect us, to make sure I heard her. The Karsite Weave, within me this whole time. I knew the orb was no ordinary ball of magic before it to be Karsus's malignant creation. Gods! How did I not see that?
Because it's all too easy to miss things when we're blinded by desire.
True enough. There's a reason such unwitting heroes have been the backbone of lyric and legend for as long as both have existed. Even so, I was hardly some naive apprentice at the time. I considered myself an archmage, and yet was fool enough to be mistaken for a common conjurer. At least now I'm armed with the truth, and Mistra's expectations. Sounds like the door to redemption is open at last. All I have to do is walk through it, carrying the crown of Karsus.
And we need to take this chance. You deserve to be cured, Gale.
Thank you. There aren't many I'd trust to stand beside me on such a journey. Fewer still who would do so because they believed I deserved such a chance. If I could promise you one thing in return for your faith in me, it's this. I will use everything in my power to ensure we defeat this evil. I will not let you down. Now, I believe we've a date with an Elder Brain to get to. Shall we?
Yep. I need to take care of this now. Jesus, come on. Thank you. Well, first off, talk with everybody.
Make sure you are refreshed before we set out again, friend.
Mystra has forsaken Gale entirely. A crushing blow. But he is strong enough to persevere, I think.
Far from me to judge Gale for playing coy with Mystra, but I will not be cleaning up whatever mess she makes of him for it.
Mystra has forsaken Gale entirely. A crush.